Bethany Hamilton has become a source of inspiration to millions through her story of faith, determination, and hope. Born into a family of surfers on February 8, 1990, on the island of Kauai, Hawaii, Bethany began surfing at a young age. At the age of 8, Bethany entered her first surf competition, where she won both the short and longboard divisions. This sparked a love for competition within her spirit. At the age of 13, on October 31, 2003, Bethany was attacked by a 14-foot tiger shark while surfing off the North Shore. The attack left Bethany with a severed left arm. After losing over 60% of her blood and making it through several surgeries without infection, Bethany was on her way to recovery with unbelievably positive attitude. Lifeguards and doctors believe her strong water sense and faith in God helped get her through the traumatic ordeal. Miraculously, just 1 month after the attack, Bethany returned to the water to continue pursuing her goal to become a professional surfer. In January of 2004, Bethany made her return to surf competition, placing 5th in the open women's division of that contest. With no intention of stopping, Bethany continued to enter and excel in competition. Just over a year after the attack, she took first place in the Explorer Women's Division of the 2005 NSSA National Championships, winning her first national title. I just finished watching the movie Soul Surfer. I saw it in theaters, and I've seen it a few times since, but never has it meant more to me than this time around. I lost my dad last January. He died of a rare brain disease, which basically disables one part of your body at a time until there's nothing left. It's almost Christmas time. This Christmas will be the first Christmas I've spent without him. Because even though I spent last Christmas in a different place, he was still living and breathing. Ever since I was small, one of the most unique times of year was Christmas. I remember every year he'd pull out these old antique bulbs. He would have me come out and help him hang them on the trees or on the house. I remember when we would hang them on the tree, and how me and my sister, when she came into the picture, would always fight over who got to put the angel on top. I remember watching all the movies. I remember eating rice pudding with him. It was a precious time. And ever since I was 14, when Christmas became a time of mourning for me, he was the one thing that kept me hopeful that Christmas was going to be something wonderful. Because no matter how much I crabbed or picked on my sister, he was always there, give me a warm hug, and to get my butt outside to help him hang up the lights. It's going to be a really hard Christmas this year. And I must admit, I've been really, really mad. Because all I want for Christmas this year is my dad. Today was probably one of the most depressing days I've had in a long time. And it's probably going to get harder. So I decided it was time for me to watch Soul Surfer. Because I'm hopefully never going to have to lose an arm. I'm afraid that if I did, I wouldn't be nearly as courageous as Bethany Hamilton was. To me, my dad was my arm. He was the one thing in my life that could hold the universe up, even when I couldn't. And without him gone, I feel like a piece of me has vanished. I know his spirit is still here, but it's not the same. I want everyone to know that no matter how depressed I get this Christmas, or how angry I might get, or if I don't want to go places and hang out, that I still love you, even if I don't know you. And that I still firmly believe that God has a plan through all this. I've gone through a lot of things in my life, and they prepared me for this. They've taught me one thing, that God is dependable. Every situation I've ever been through, God has found a way to shine through. And it's been extremely bright. So I can only imagine how wondrous and amazing that light's going to be at the end of this dark tunnel. And I want everybody to know that I'm still going to call it Merry Christmas. Because I want more Christ. Christmas. I want him to shine through me to all of you. And even when I'm depressed and I can barely move because I just don't want to live or breathe anymore, the fact that I keep on going is a sign of how much strength he has, because my body may not want to do anything, but he still keeps me breathing and he still keeps me going. And I want you to know that if you have questions, anything at all, ask them. Because regardless of how down I'm feeling, God has called me to serve. God has called me to love you. And I'm more than happy to do anything I can to teach you what that love is really about. And I ask for your prayers. I've never had to endure something as horrid and hard as this. But I know if there's even one person out there, and I know there is, praying for me, that I'll make it through. And for those of you who aren't believers, it doesn't matter to me. Just keep your fingers crossed. Because the fact that you are sharing some love with me just might be infectious. Today was a hard day, but even people that I barely know asked me how I was feeling and told me that they hope I feel better tomorrow. It made a difference. It gave me the strength that I needed to get through the rest of the day. Thank you. And have a Merry Christmas.